Hello, I'm Sid Whedon, and this is the Psychic Weather Report for July the 21st, 2025. Thank you for clicking in and giving me a listen. I hope I won't disappoint you. I don't intend to. It's July the 21st, 2025, and I just did this complete reading for the camera. I didn't stutter. I didn't make mistakes. I filmed it well, and got all the way through it, set the cards down, and noticed that I hadn't turned on the recording. So, I'm just going to run through it again just like I did before. And at least I'll be practiced up with it. I'll know where I'm going. She who must be obeyed is walking around the house. I love her. If she want to come in here, it'd be fine. But anyhow, for our first card, Strength. Now, this is a beautiful card. It may indicate that, and this is our present condition, this is where we are now, that we're feeling strong. It may also mean that we are needing strength and that we're kind of reaching out for it. I know I pray for strength. I've had a couple of health issues. I have days that I don't feel terribly strong, and I'll pray for strength. So that strength showing up, that's a good thing for me. That's something to celebrate. Where we've been coming from is the Four of Cups. This card stalks me. I get it all the time. It's one of the ones that I kind of have trouble with. You know, not all of these come naturally and intuitively. The cups are the suit of feeling, emotion, intuition. They speak to what's going on with us emotionally, and as you can see, he's got 3 cups. They're sitting there. You can't see anything in them, which means he's in a pretty good emotional state. It's a 4. The 4 is basically a good card. It's chesed. It's out, kind of a rowdy, outpouring love from the heavens. But there's one that he's not taking. And that looks to me like a person refusing love. That maybe love has been offered, and this person has chosen to refuse it for whatever reason. And that's kind of the past we've been coming out of. Apparently, there's love and feeling and emotion that we're not letting ourselves feel. The likely result of this is the high priestess, reversed. Now, upright, She's all good things spiritual. She keeps her counsel. She is full of wisdom. She doesn't talk a lot, but when you're around her, things happen. You get enlightenment. You feel things. Your intuition is alive. But reversed, no. You're kind of cut off from your intuition, perhaps. Maybe you, they're like that thing that you're refusing, maybe by refusing that love or those good emotions that you've been offered, it's locked up your inner life. That closure of refusal maybe shuts off the intuition. And that's what's likely to happen from this situation. Now, I drew a couple of helper cards on the High Priestess reversed. Try to get a little more clarity. The basis upon which that situation will evolve is the Justice card. Now, Justice is she's leaving to take our granddaughter a birthday card. She's the sweetest person in the world. Oh my God, I just love her so much. I wish that everyone could have a Marion. She's really terrific. But anyhow, getting back, the basis this will move forward on is justice, fairness, mental clarity, balance, equality, clear seeing, truth and rationality. So this time of being closed off from your emotions because you've been refusing love, you're going to just kind of power through it with justice. And the overall guiding spirit of this will be the Queen of Swords. Now, among other things, this lady rules the day of my birthday. I get this card all the time. She is wisdom. She is truth. She no nonsense. She, this lady doesn't accept any bullshit. And she's really terrific. But she can be hard-nosed because she operates on reason and fairness and rationality and justice and balance. And if you get on the wrong side of those things, she's not your friend. But she is like the feminine mother principle too. But in this case of swords, which is the mental suit. And so it's kind of, the way I get that is kind of a vision of justice that's emerging from your subconscious, your anima, that this is basically a spiritual event. Now, there aren't a whole lot of cards that have in the deck that have a woman sitting with a sword perfectly upright. But we got two of them. Justice and the Queen of Swords, both sitting regally like queens with that sword of rationality and clear thinking and balance and fairness pointing straight vertically up. Among other things, that's balance. If that sword is tilted cattywampus, no, that's not a good balance. But with both of these, you know, show strong rationality rooted in the feminine principle. And you know, this may appear differently for men and women. You know, for a man, you may be experiencing a need for justice and fairness, and maybe something's not going great, or maybe you're hoping it's going to go great. Maybe it hadn't happened yet, but you're really hoping you're going to get justice and fair play. Maybe you got to go to court. I mean, if you have a court thing going and you draw these two ladies together, that's a win. You're going to walk. You know, congratulations, you beat the rap. If you're a woman, it may be once again, from your inner life, getting the permission to be your strength and to be your own power and to trust your own good wisdom and judgment in life things. Don't let somebody else tell you what you're supposed to think. You've got a good mind. You have every right to use it. Okay? So I guess to summarize this reading, it would be a refusal of love, bringing you to a point of where you're in turmoil and you have to apply your strength to shut the lion's mouth. And this refusal of love that kind of blocks you off from your inner life. The High Priestess reversed is shutting off your intuition for now. It's shutting off your feelings. Maybe you just feel kind of numb, but you move forward just on sheer strength of will. Your greatest weapon here will be your mind, your rationality, your sword. You may be being empowered to use your judgment, to use your own good sense and not let people gaslight you. There's a lot of gaslighting going on, and you can't allow that to happen. And that's all on a basis of you have a deep, deep desire for justice. Once again, maybe something's going to happen, but if it is, if you are involved in a court case or will be, this shows a strong positive outcome. It shows that justice will be present. So that's the tarot card reading for today. One of my cardinals just came for early dinner. This one is a male. He's big and red and vibrant, and he's not scared of anything. He's not scared of me. He'll land. I feed wild birds on my back walk. I just scatter seeds and they come and eat them. And I get to see that, like, there's a female. This guy that was just here is part of a mating pair, and the female came this morning 2 or 3 times. She's really beautiful. She doesn't have the vibrant red color. Her color is more like a tawny brownish kind of color, but she's very, very pretty and nice and healthy and big. And of course, I feed them all the time, so they're living on a good diet. The seeds that I give them are vitamin rich, so they're getting a real good diet when they eat my seeds. Donald Trump, I don't want to do politics, but this was just interesting to me. At a moment last week, he made reference to Jeffrey Epstein's ghost coming to haunt him. And now, probably he was speaking metaphorically. I don't think Donald Trump believes in anything that he can't possess and grab and hold. Certainly not spiritual phenomena, but I do. And it got me thinking about, well, what if Jeffrey Epstein's ghost really is haunting Trump? Maybe there is a ghost. Maybe that's why it's come back so strongly, and Trump's normal tricks for making it all go away are not working. Because it's a ghost. And every time Trump tries to make it go away, it just finds a different way to pop up and haunt him. Maybe the moral of that story is don't deny your friends even if they've passed over. They may very well still be there. We've had a lot of dangerous weather. There have been floods all over the world. We've had a lot of them here in the United States, particularly in the more southern states. We don't get them here so much because we're kind of up on a hill, but we certainly get the rain. The other day we got 1.5 inches in about 2 hours, and it did flood in Louisville, but it didn't flood at our house because it drains away real well. But I'm just noticing that we're having so much severe weather, and it's just kind of getting worse, to be honest with you. I keep hearing a lot of people talking about a big shift, a big energy shift. I mean, I've heard my astrologer friends talk about it. I've heard my tarot reading friends talk about it, that they're seeing it in their cards. The tower has been showing up a lot for a lot of people. Not for me, actually, but for a lot of people, they're turning up the tower, either right side up or reversed. And the tower indicates a kind of traumatic change where things are disrupted. Maybe old paradigms fall, maybe institutions get into trouble, but yeah, the tower is that sort of card. But the big shift of energy, to extent, I hope it is true. I hope it is true. I hope we're all about to experience a major energy shift. Maybe that's what those white lights on the Schumann resonance mean, that we're getting downloads or transmissions from the spiritual world. I don't know, but that big shift is something that keeps bouncing around. Now, for the actual psychic weather report, it's the what is it feeling part of the show. You know, what am I experiencing? What am I sensing? What am I gleaning from the cards, my dreams. I had some interesting dreams last night. But what I'm feeling a lot when I put my psychic tentacles out there is fear. There are a lot of folks right now who are experiencing a lot of fear. People fear deportation, especially if they're not fully documented, but sometimes just having brown skin is enough to get you picked up and deported. Regardless of your status, regardless of whether you have committed a crime or not. People fear the ICE agents, these guys, masks with no badge and not showing their identity in any way, and they just jump out of a car or point guns at you and take you away somewhere, and your relatives can't talk to you or reach you or anything else. People fear that, not just undocumented people. AI. There's a great deal of fear being expressed about AI, artificial intelligence, AI. And to be honest with you, I have a bit of that fear myself. I'm not worried about losing my job. I already lost, well, I graduated out of it. I didn't lose it. I retired. But there's a lot of people that are worried that the AI is going to get their jobs, and it's a legitimate worry. It may just exactly happen. People are afraid that it's going to supplant human functions, important things that humans do that are kind of unique, like art, that express something about our human experience, or writing. Somebody uses AI to write a novel. It's already been done. Well, what does that do to our culture? I saw a thing today. The guy is working up a system to automate 911 and have the AI run 911. Now, if your boyfriend just beat you to a pulp, you may have a broken jaw. You may be terrified that he hadn't left yet. And you call 911 and get a fucking robot? How's that going to make anybody feel? How is a robot going to respond to that kind of situation? The damn robots have trouble enough just understanding me when I'm trying to talk right. What if you did have that broken jaw? You barely get words out. Well, a alarmed human operator could at least figure out something was very wrong and trace that call. Find out where you are, send some help. Would AI do that? Would a robot do that if you couldn't communicate with it? So all of its neat little robot AI categories don't get triggered, and it doesn't do anything, and it doesn't give a shit because it's a machine. People are fearing AI. People are fearing the bad weather. If you live in a floodplain these days, your life is very fragile. Like the folks down in Texas. I mean, I went to summer school down at Shriner Institute in Kerrville. I've swum in that Guadalupe River. I know that country well. I love it. It utterly breaks my heart to see what's happened to it, because I know the places that I knew and loved have been washed down the river down there. And people that are living in those places are experiencing a lot of fear just of the growing bad weather. Fear is a disease. Fear is one of the most corrosive forces in human psychology. When you give in to fear, when you let that be your guiding principle, well, you make a lot of bad decisions. You're capable of a great deal of cruelty if you're really afraid. And it becomes just an utterly toxic lifestyle. And it's kind of like going back to the reading, the little fella sitting under the tree with the 3 cups and he's refusing the 4th. Maybe we need to accept that 4th cup. Maybe the 4th cup is love. Love conquers fear. I think that's biblical, actually. Maybe that's it. Maybe we also need to just buckle up, Buttercup. Deal with it. Quit being so afraid. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Fear is corrosive. Fear is one of the great obstacles that people face in living your life, our lives. When we allow fear to be the dominant expression of emotion for us, there's just an awful lot that we won't do, a lot we won't try, experiments we won't run, new relationships we will not make. That's what fear does to you. So, like, if you find yourself living in fear, maybe you ought to do the old gratitude exercise and think of some of the things that are going right in your life. Think of the things that do give you strength. Think of the things that you love, whether it's your partner, your dog, whatever, chocolate cake, whatever you love, plug into that. Love conquers fear. Sure does. I'm Sid Whedon. This has been the Psychic Weather Report for July 21st, 2025. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.